So I'm coming to you here from a beautiful place, which gave me also the idea for this video. And while I was walking here on this beach for probably a good hour, I just let the thoughts run through my mind with the intention of capturing my insights into a video. And finally, it came to my mind what I want to make this video about. And I want to talk about the benefits of extended nature walks. Actually, I wanted to think about some other topics, but as I was observing my surroundings, I couldn't shake the thought of how therapeutic and how nice nature walks are, and to remind you to get out into nature and use this opportunity we have and take one step at a time. Be presently mindful with everything that you observe and just let nature clear away your thoughts. That might sound very high up there and very idealistic, but it really does work. But what I mean with extended nature walks is really not just an hour or two at a time, but really spending your whole vacation, maybe 2, 3, even 4 weeks at a time in nature, and really be alone with your thoughts and just let attention be presently aware of what is going on in nature in combination what is going on in your head, and you will naturally just lose yourself in your thoughts, and they will become louder after some time, and then they become more quiet again. But ultimately, I think nature doesn't give you any reason to doubt or to mourn about things and go through them again and again over in your head. And really, after some time, I spent my last holiday also on an extended hiking trip. And really what happened is, after some time, it gets quiet inside. And it's such an interesting point in your journey when your thoughts have been bothering you so much and you have been trying to force yourself to meditate and observe just your surroundings, and these thoughts came popping up, and it's a natural process. You think them through, and at one point all of them are just resolved. It's just like there's nothing more to think about, because you observe nature for long periods of time and there are no new reasons for thoughts coming in. It's like just being present, being aware where you are, gets rid of any reason to think about and have feelings about your thoughts that they are so important. It really gives you the freedom to not think anymore. And is there any benefit to this, you may ask? Like, why should I stop thinking? You really have to experience this moment for yourself, I think, then, because it's so beautiful when it just becomes quiet inside and you really are not there anymore. It's like you have been only so attached to your thoughts that once they stop, it's like you're almost becoming everything. It's like these waves, you're melting into the sound. You just listen. You feel how you're walking in the sand. You feel all of these things without anybody experiencing them. And without getting too spiritual about it and interpret any meaning into it, it is just a beautiful experience. I just like it. It's just beautiful. And for that reason alone, I think it's worth to do extended periods of time in nature, spend your holidays getting away from all of the busyness, always protecting nature. And you see the beautiful part of the scenery. I'm looking at all the trash there behind me, behind the camera. But we really have to get out into nature to value it again. I can just imagine people growing up in cities, never really having a connection to nature, where these really large cities, it's so difficult for the poor people to get out of this busyness, this concrete jungle, and they don't have any appreciation for nature. They can't. It's not their fault. It's just they don't know what nature is anymore. It's just they grow up in digital worlds, and no wonder we are not respectful of nature. We can't. We have to step out into nature again and reconnect to it. It's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Yeah. If we want to make a difference in how we see the world, in how we interact with nature, and if we want to protect it long term, we have to get closer to nature again. I think it was good for a time that people removed themselves from this constant struggle that felt like it has to be won over nature, against nature, so that they could free up some mental space to develop all of this stuff, this technology, our knowledge. It's really helpful, it's really great. Don't get me wrong, I like this. I think knowledge is critical. It's so critical. We can do stuff so efficiently, so well, so good, and we still have lots to learn, I'm sure. And there will be a place in our society where people live in these cities and they just have the total mental capacity, freedom, and time to not worry about these nature issues because other people took care of it. And there must be these people who develop new great stuff, new great things, and they have all of these ideas and all of this potential to fulfill. But then on the other hand, there also need to be a certain group of people, and it has to become larger again, not just the farmers. We have to be, I think, in smaller groups. We have to grow our food, be responsible for the earth again, really take our human potential to enhance nature. And there is such a thing. We cannot just be destructive force in nature and just use our overpowered machines to destroy it. No, we can also regenerate the landscape. We can use techniques like permaculture and all of these great ecological, biological knowledge to make a real difference to the ecosystems and the way they grow and flourish. Just think of a permaculture garden, how rich it can be. It's much richer than a forest. Like a really well prepared plot of land where humans are growing food in accordance with nature principles. That's beautiful. It's such a rich environment, so many insects, so many birds. And if you have never seen how that is done, and maybe you are interested in becoming one of those persons who cares for the earth, then I encourage you to get out there. There are many places. You can go on a website called helpx.net, Help Exchange. Maybe you Google it and find it. It's a beautiful website where you find lots of interesting projects. You can volunteer there and maybe spend a whole season exploring and learning from those people how they care for the earth in a sustainable manner. And even though many of these communities have their own problems, but you will find a lot of value in these ecological ways to enhance nature, grow our food, and really become a facilitator for nature to fulfill its own potential. So humans can be a wonderful, creative, and integral part of nature. So I think we need more people who do that. And the first step you can take just today or tomorrow is take a nature walk. Just if you're really in the city, get out as soon as possible and go on a 2-day holiday, or not holiday, like a weekend trip, and you will spend one night out in nature, just in a tent, very close to nature, and you will be very, very present and develop a connection again to nature. Spread this awareness, talk to other people that they should get close to nature again, and I think we can do great in the future. All of this talk about climate change is real. I mean, I'm here in Morocco. It's so dry, nothing grows except for some very, very dry, thorny bushes. But even here, I think human potential can be great. I mean, if we learn some new ways and technology gets more advanced to desalinate water, we can even grow food in places like these and create wonderful gardens, wonderful landscapes where humans want to go, spend their time, relax, and enjoy the beautiful environment that we can create. And so nature walks are the first step. Even if you're not going all the way to becoming an organic farmer like I'm planning to do, you will certainly be a positive force in this change if you want to be. That was quite something, I guess. From saying that we are getting quiet in our minds to this talk about how important nature is. Quite an interesting twist, but that's what it was, how it went. I hope you took some also interesting insights from it for yourself. Hope the audio wasn't too bad. And with that, I think a few other videos will follow. Thanks for watching. See you soon.